Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be talking about three heavy weapons and three special weapons from Destiny 1 that I would really like to return to Destiny 2 in one way or another. So, without further ado, let's get right into the list. So, first off, this might not be everyone's first choice, right? But do allow me to establish that this isn't in any sort of ranking order. These are just 6 weapons that I would like to return that all happen to be either special weapons or heavy weapons, right? So, first up is an exotic fusion rifle called the Plan C. Now, first off, just off grip, it was a great fusion rifle. Pretty dope design. It was very unique. It's been in Destiny. It was in Destiny 1 maybe since the beginning, actually. I can't quite recall. But what made it special, not only from all of its great perks and just great stats, but its main exotic perk was called Plan C. Now, charge and equip times are very short immediately after a weapon swap. So basically, what the whole point of the weapon was that you can quickly switch out to it and fire off a shot extremely fast if you started charging it up the moment you switched out for the weapon. It's like your Plan C, get it? Even though it's more like a Plan B, or for a lot of people, Plan A. But that perk combined with its hip fire perk, which allowed it to be a lot more accurate from the hip, made it a very, very deadly fusion rifle that you could never really see coming because of the fact that the person would typically have it stowed away. You would push them, they'll pull it out really quickly as you're running down on them with a shotgun or running down on them in melee. Sorry for the ambient noise. And yeah, you just take them out instantly. So Plan C is really dope, and I would like it to come back to Destiny in one way or another. Moving on. This is probably my favorite weapon on the entire list. It's one of my favorite weapons from Destiny 1 in general. And it's the Chaperone. Yo, this fucking gun, this shotgun was so dope. It was the very first slug shotgun in Destiny. So the whole reason why we have slug shotguns in Destiny 2 is because of this gun. Now, it was like a Tex Mechanica manufactured weapon, so it has like a very like old Western aesthetic to it, right? And it was very unique in that it was a slug shotgun. It was the only one in Destiny, right? And it did have some pretty dope perks. So here, let's check some of them out. So first of all, the Chaperone, which was its exotic perk, which made it a single fire precision slug weapon, right? But not only that, it also granted you an agility boost when using the weapon. Another perk that I had was the Roadborne. Precision kills briefly grant bonus handling, range, and precision damage with this weapon. So if you kill somebody, it made killing another person with a follow-up shot so much easier. It also had Snapshot and Field Scout. Field Scout allows you to carry more ammo, and Snapshot allowed the weapon to be aimed incredibly fast. But you do have to pick between the two. I typically ran it with Snapshot. And in the final column, it had the Survivor. 3 rapid precision kills, while Born of the Road is active, will return 2 rounds to the chamber. The weapon was fucking nasty. I swear to God, it was so gorgeous. It was so beautiful, and it was like a lever action shotgun with like a sawed-off stock. Like the stock was really short, and when you whipped it out, it like flipped and everything. I'm gonna look and see if I can try to get some trailer footage. I'm not gonna steal any footage from somebody else's videos, and I don't think I have any footage of me using it on my computer, and I probably don't have any up on the channel. But the weapon was amazing, and I would really like to show it to you guys right now. But if it were to come back in Forsaken, which it might, because Forsaken has that whole cowboy theme, right? That would be something else. I would be running out with that weapon constantly, trying to get good with it and trying to get clips, because it was a very entertaining weapon to also watch other players use. I think the guys over at Destiny Fun Police use it a hell of a lot. So if you want to really see some really good usage of the weapon, check out their videos. If you already don't know about them, you probably do. Alright, next up, No Land Beyond. Now I know it went in the primary slot, but the reason why it went in the primary slot is because of one of its perks. It's still technically a secondary. I think in the API, I think in the Bungie, like in the Destiny API, we look at all the weapons and all that on the site, it's listed as a special weapon. Alright, so moving on. It didn't have the craziest perks, you know, but I'm gonna go off and read them anyway, or read some of them on noteworthy ones. So of course, primary care, which is the perk that allowed it to be put in the primary slot. Well, not allowed it to be put, that's where it belonged, that's where it went. It also had mulligan, so missing a shot had a chance to return ammo directly to the magazine. It had lightweight, it had snapshot, flared magwell, right? Lightweight gave you a boost to your agility by 2. Snapshot made aiming the weapon faster, and flared magwell made reloading the weapon faster. But these are all in the same column. And then in the next column, it had the master, increased precision damage, kills briefly increased damage against next target. And yeah, the weapon was pretty bare bones. It was pretty simple, but it was really good. The one issue it had is that it had an incredibly long reload time. And it also had a lot of like sway when you ADS and move. The players adapted around this, found a reload cancel glitch, and the weapon was honestly a little bit too prevalent in Destiny 1's last and final year. I would like the gun to come back, but I'm not entirely sure how much I would like that. Probably I would like it to come back at the secondary slot. I think it coming back at the primary slot using primary ammo like it did in Destiny 1 would be a headache. But I do think a nice secondary slot and maybe it having more ammo to spawn with in Crucible than other sniper rifles with scopes would be suitable. So moving on to the heavy weapons, to the 3 heavy weapons that I think should come back. First off, let's start off with a niche choice that I think was really dope after it got buffed and it got reworked. Dragon's Breath. First of all, it's probably the best looking rocket launcher in all of Destiny history ever. Find one other one. But the Dragon's Breath had a really dope design. I think it was inspired by some Air Force, like some old Air Force fighter paint, like some fighter plane paint. And that was back when like the planes had propellers and everything, I believe. And the rocket launcher, basically, what made it special was that it had a perk that I'm not sure if it was always called napalm, but at first when it first dropped, upon shooting the rocket, it would land and it would spawn a solar grenade in its place. So it's like a regular rocket, but wherever it hits and lands, it would cause an explosion, and then a solar grenade would be there. Bungie realized that was fucking stupid, and no one used the gun. They upgraded the perk and reworked it into napalm. And what that did was literally it just put a big ass spew of fire all over the place where it landed. It was super dope. Now what I think is, hold up, I just read the perk. It says release the trigger release the trigger after weapon fire to drop a solar damage napalm canister. So what was even better is that it was also controlled by trigger pull. So if you fired it, you could let it go and just hold it, and I think it would bounce off walls. I'm not entirely sure. I do not remember completely, but I think it was like the one-shot grenade launcher from Destiny 2. And yeah, and wherever it would land, it would leave a huge pile of just like fire, and it was a very unique effect. Like there was no other effect like it in the game, and it did tons of damage. I would really like for this rocket launcher to come back in Destiny 2, maybe with a couple more improvements here and there, but that napalm effect would just be so fun to use in PvE, and I think it would be really dope. Moving on. This next one is a sword, believe it or not. Excuse me. And it's a boltcaster. Now I know they're bringing in some sword that like when you jump in the air and you can like cast like void slices through the air. No. I want boltcaster. Boltcaster, you stand up aim, swing your sword in a Destructo Disc Krillin move, but it was just like arc energy instead. It would fly across the map and take out anybody on the other side of it. It was a very exciting weapon to like use. It was super cool to see your friends do cool stuff with it. It was super cool to have you do cool stuff with it. And it just allowed for like so many like unique, interesting plays to happen. It was a very entertaining weapon, and it needs to come back. And last but not least, well, yeah, for this video at least, Gjallarhorn. Like, what the fuck else? It's the Gjallarhorn. There's not much to say. If you know, you know. If you don't know, go read. Go look this up. It was a kick-ass like rocket launcher from Destiny 1 that was first sold by Xur. I think like the first week Xur pulled up, which might have been like the first or second week that the game came out. Most people didn't even have enough strange coins to buy it, and a lot of people who didn't even buy it. Instead, they were hunting and waiting for Cerberus to come around, because Cerberus regime was like the most powerful weapon in all of existence. But Gjallarhorn was so amazing, and it went under the radar until the raid came out, and people were like, yo, this gun's really good at taking out the boss, and it just melts ads and kills all the enemies. Now what its perk was, is it was a tracking rocket launcher that did very good damage and had very good velocity. It had, it had everything you wanted. But there are legendary rocket launchers that do the same thing, except the kicker was this: it did pretty much double, maybe even triple the amount of damage that most rockets did, because once its rocket hit its target, or hit a target, a whole bunch of like skip grenade looking wolf pack rounds basically was what the perk was called, and a whole bunch of like skip grenade like type things would fly out of the explosion and then just attack whatever it hit and just wreck face and do like double or triple the amount of damage that the rocket would normally do on its own. It was pretty damn nasty. It was a great rocket launcher. It was fashionable, and it's honestly one of the most, like, if you ask me, it's one of the most important weapons in recent video game history, to be completely honest. And that's why they had to bring it back a couple times. Like, I'm not sure if they brought it back for year 2, but they brought it back for year 3 of Destiny, and fans were livid. And if they were to bring it back again, fans would be so happy. So happy. I know I would be. Alright guys, so that brings today's video to a close. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment, rate, subscribe for more content similar to this. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comment section. My clan is currently recruiting. If you want in, just comment down below and let me know. Catch you guys later. Have a good night. Peace.
What the fuck?